recording. All right, Psalm 4. Rejoice in the Lord, God's protection and peace. We can place our confidence in God because He will listen when we call on Him. Okay, the author is King David. For the direction of music with string instrument, a psalm of David. Answer me when I call to you, my righteous God. Give me relief from my distress. Have mercy on me and hear my prayer. How long will you people turn my glory into shame? How long will you love delusion and seek false God? Know that the Lord has set apart his faithful servants for himself. The Lord hear when I call to him. Tremble and do not sin when you are on your bed. Search your heart and be silent. Offer the sacrifice of righteousness and trust in the Lord. Many lords are asking, who will bring us prosperity? Let the light of your face shine on us. Fill my heart with joy when the grain and new wine abound. In peace I will lie down and sleep. For you alone, Lord, make me dwell in safety. This psalm has been written by David, was asking his enemies to reconsider the support for Absalom. Others see this psalm as a prayer of relief from calamity, such as drought. It was probably written after Psalm 3. The term render, false god, would also translate lies. Throughout history, most people have preferred delusion, lies, and false accusation over God's truth. This is especially true of God's enemy, as they seek to destroy God's people. When we experience the blunt of this kind of attack, the onslaught can be endless. As this verse ends, we pause in despair, but in the following verse, word of hope await. As we face our moment of despair, we will remember that there is always hope. God is always present and able to help. God listens to those who are faithful and devoted to Him. David knew that God would hear him when he called and would answer him. We too can be confident that God listens to our prayer and answer when we call on Him. Sometimes we think that God will not hear us because we have fallen short of His high standard for holy living. But if we have trusted Christ for salvation, God has forgiven us, and He always listens to us. When you feel as though your prayers are bouncing off the ceiling, remember that as a believer, you have been set apart by God and that He loves you. He hears and answers you. Throughout His answer, although His answer may not be what you expect, look at your problem in the light of God's power instead of look at God in the shadow of your problem. How quickly anger springs up when we are falsely accused, opposed, and ignored. The greater cause for higher principle involved, the more likely we are to be outraged. In this situation, David said to take a time out to reconsider quietly, not to lash out. Constrain your anger until you can respond in a way that speaks truth while also honoring God. Worship in David's day include animal sacrifice by the priest and in the tabernacle. An animal's blood cover the sins of person who offer the animal. Specific rules have been given to offering sacrifice, but more important, God to God than ceremony was the offerer's attitude of submission and obedience. Though we no longer sacrifice animal, sacrifices of our time, resource, and energy offer in the right spirits are still pleasing to God. However, we want our obedience and our praise before our gift. Offer God your sacrifice of total obedience and heartfelt praise. Two kind of joy are contrast here. Joy that comes from knowing and trusting God, and joy that comes from result of pleasant circumstances. Both are good, but the joy that comes from a deep relationship with God is strong and steady and can be shaken. There is nothing wrong with being happy about pleasant circumstances. For example, a family gathering around the table with plenty of good food, but the pleasant circumstances are unpredictable. They come and go. And when they go, can you still be happy? Can you still have a strong and steady joy that defeats discouragement? Make sure you have the kind of joy in the Lord that is lasting. And then you can be happy no matter what circumstances come your way. And that is Psalm 4. Away, away.